Look, just check the shirt, bro. Ghetto Boys for life. Damn, feels good to be a gangster. It's funny because, like, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. It's like the only Ghetto Boys song I fuck with. That's not even why I got the shirt. Yo, free Rio. Hey, so I realized when I posted the video of the blind woman walking. Alright, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, just be like the fake blonde bitch. Not the fake blonde. Yo, that's funny y'all said that. I don't want to just be disrespectful, be like fake blind bitch. But that's what it was. But if y'all saw the whole shit I saw, and y'all seen blind people before like I have, you would say the same fucking thing. Now I get there's levels to blindness, right? I was actually on the wrestling team growing up with a blind kid. The blind kid could see like shadows of people and shit. That's how he was able to wrestle. That's why he didn't need a cane. But when you're at the level of blindness that whoever that was trying to portray, it seems, likely to get a check and to get the easy A. You know what I'm saying? At least when we was growing up, man, listen, I'm pretty sure blind people, y'all would get the check, but y'all wouldn't get the easy A. You feel what I'm saying? Just for being blind. I really feel like in school nowadays, they be doing that just because, like, the kids disabled, give them all A's. Ain't no child left behind, man. So, listen. So, when it came down to, like, what this person said in the comments of that, right? I remember where I was going with this. They wrote a comment calling me a trash person. Okay, first of all, sir, I'm not a trash person. I don't drive a garbage truck. You feel me? I don't go out every Wednesday and take your trash and recycling. Every third Wednesday, come and take your recycling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not a trash. Now, if you wanted to say I was like a trash ass person, but here's the thing, like, if I'm a trash ass person for just calling you on that shit, right? That means being a trash ass person means questioning things, not taking them at face value, using critical thinking skills. You see, I'm using the $10 words. That's how you know, like, this is some shit that hurt me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this generation, bro, always finds new ways to disappoint me in them. They always find new ways. Because this was definitely someone commented from this generation. And it was like, you just a trash person, like, you know, people who's blind, da, da, da. I'm like, okay, I get it. There's like apps and shit for that. There's some shit they're trying to make so that you could see if you're blind, if you get the Neuralink, right? I get that. But my point is if she wasn't really blind, let's say it's at how I saw it. It definitely is. Let's just say I know this bitch isn't blind, right? Let's just hypothetically, that's a big word. I know some of y'all country music fans might not follow along with the word hypothetically. Basically means this is not really happening, but let's just say it is for the sake of the conversation. So, hypothetically, let's say that bitch is exactly how I called it. I know this hypothetically, let's say. So, like, say we're just going to create a scenario where I know this bitch somehow personally outside of that video. And, like, I know she's faking it to try to get a check. Am I still a trash ass person? I'm not even a trash ass person for asking that question. You feel what I'm saying? How many people, like, you understand Social Security, they say, they estimate is going to run out in 35 years. You know what that means? There's a lot of motherfuckers on some SSI who probably don't need to be. You know what I'm saying? On some SSDI who probably don't need to be. So a whole lot of motherfuckers on some goddamn welfare who probably don't need to. Now keep in mind, that's not why she's a trash ass person. She's a trash ass person if that situation that I'm assuming is what it was, is what it is, because you're taking the money away from the people who really disabled, like my boy and shit, who, thank God he's got charities and shit set up, so he don't even need to do that. You see what I'm saying? But you're taking it away from people who really need that shit, where that's their only option. You feel what I'm saying? So who's really the trash ass person if she's really doing what it looks like she's doing? Exactly. And there's some people I feel like who just feel like the Social Security, like that shit just guaranteed to last forever. It just has to, because it's America. America, fuck yeah. No, that shit, the U.S. government is a business, just like anything else on the world that's not a fucking person. Even then, families is a business. There's some shit you don't realize till after you get married and you be like, oh, okay, so divorce is basically just the equivalent of like bankruptcy in a way, sort of, just like mitigated different. Okay. You know, it's the I gotta take it from Sly, man. Hey, it's the regional marriage chapter, regional president of the Northeast Coast. You know what I'm saying? Of everything but New York on the Northeast Coast, it's the marriage chapter. You know, whatever the fuck ordained chapter president here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we do not do marriage counseling. But let me tell you, I'll tell you some shit about being married because I've been doing it for 6 years. I'm talking about like legally married. I'm not talking about what all these other people be doing nowadays where they be faking being married to where you have even people in Congress. Like literally, AOC is not married to her mains. They're not married. She claims that they is on her taxes. You see what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those. I'm really went to get the justice of the peace at the goddamn, get the marriage license at the goddamn town hall and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? We need to go back to where, like, unless you do that, you are not married. I don't care what your Facebook status say. For real. If she your baby mom, you not married. Y'all had a child out of wedlock. That's what that's called. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what it's called. That's not called being married. Granted, I get when you have a kid with somebody, you wind up a lot of times, not even a lot of times, unless you're a piece of shit as a father, you wind up stuck to that person for life to an extent. Even the ones who's pieces of shit as a father wind up stuck like that to some extent in a lot of cases. So either way, like, I'm gonna keep it a stack, right? This shit is really crazy, bro. This shit is really crazy. Like, y'all generation, this is why I'm still here. This is why I'm still here. To tell y'all motherfuckers, no, you can't do that. It doesn't work like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because all the motherfuckers who should have said that, who's older than me, they ain't got no type of platform to say it, which I know I'm going to have soon. I know. I can see it coming. I can see this shit in the making. This history in the making right here. You feel me? This history in the making. So it's like, we need y'all to stop doing this easy A participation trophy bullshit. Y'all need to put on some big boy pants. All y'all who's able-bodied males with any level of significant testosterone need to go join the fucking military. And we need to start getting back to basics around this bitch. Stop worrying about the fucking blind bitch who's probably faking being blind, bro. She can fend for herself. She can actually see, believe it or not. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these eyes can see. I'll put that shit on my grandma's eyesight. Shout out Jelly Roll, man. I just had to say it because of the situation. I'm going to start saying shit like, I put that on my mama friends. You know, when it's real serious, I'll be like, I put that shit on both my moms. Because I was adopted. That's what I've been saying. That I put that on my mom and kids. I put that on my mom and them. I've been saying all that. But I had to, I had to do that with the left hand so y'all don't get fucked up. Because then you know that. I had one of my friends, bro, I was talking to him. Because I said, you know what? We should come up with a new alt-right. Because, and he immediately goes down what I assumed already was going, like, he was going to assume I was talking about some Nazi shit. And I wasn't. I was just saying, because if you break the word down, I'm going to be real clear so none of y'all country fans try to misconstrue this either. Y'all the ones who getting wrapped up into the fucking Nazi bullshit, to be honest, I think. And y'all don't even realize it. But anyways, I know I'm going to be on the right side of history when it's all said and done. I'll probably be in them goddamn textbooks too. Anyways, my point being is that I said this, because if you break the word alt-right down, what does it mean? In the most literal terms. You know what I'm saying? This is without no narrative. This is just break down the terms alt and right and put them together. It's It's off-brand conservatism. That's all that means. Yet the media and all the shit caused by different people on Trump's side or off Trump's side or whatever you want to call it, or on Joe Biden's side. Joe Biden, listen, I've heard Trump's a Nazi. I've never seen no proof. Joe Biden, I've heard that he's a Nazi and I've seen the proof. You can watch that man's entire career. He has not gone a fucking solid decade without saying some racist shit at least once or twice. And you know how it's really racist? Because it's the type of shit that's not like blatantly saying it with the ER, but it's the type of shit that he thinks he's being slick about. And like, you know how like them situations where someone who's usually not from the culture will make some crazy racial stereotype and not even realize they made it based on somebody. Like they'll see somebody who black with tattoos and automatically try to say they're not getting a job or some shit, right? Some shit like that where they say something to disrespect somebody especially, and you can see it's clearly based off stereotype and they don't even realize it. That's the key word, and they don't even realize it. Those is really the most racist people. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, because that's what when they talk about people who's internally racist, like subconsciously, that's what they mean. You feel what I'm saying? And that's something I could say. Once I started hearing that term, I started realizing, I said, yo, I'm not even subconsciously racist. That's how I know I'm not white. Like, they try to say every white, I don't think every white person like that, but if what they say is right, I'm not white then. Because all them situations like that, that's the type of shit, like, just from how I grew up, is ingrained in me. Like, don't try to make that argument. Like, that's why a lot of times, if motherfuckers, like, not a lot of times, no. I can say there's been, like, a couple specific times where I didn't even disrespect someone back, and they were black. And it wasn't even based off none of that. It was just, in that situation, it was just off respect for whoever. You feel what I'm saying? But my point being is that I was like, we need an alt-right that's going to fight, like, the Proud Boys and shit. That's going to be counter to that. You feel what I'm saying? And that ties in with what I'm saying about the whole generation now. Like, we need a political movement. And he assumed it just based off like, and I'm like, bro, I didn't mean alt-right like that. I meant in the most literal, basic definition of the term alt-right. Like, just off-brand republicanism. We need some other form besides all of what's considered alt-right right now. We need another form that's not racist, that's not on that weird bullshit, that believes in extremely small government and extremely little regulation. Basically, I want to form a politics that's anarchy while having the rough structures in place that prevent fascism. So, for example, I can't say if you'd still have police or not, but they'd only be called if you were going out killing people. You see what I'm saying? Like, you would get the government interfering only when it was needed. So you have an army, but it only comes out if there's a war that's being brought here. And it's a big-ass army that'll wipe you off the map. But you never see it other than that. And at parades and shit. So, like, I was thinking of this for a good minute. I'm like, we need something. We need an alternative. And the reason I said alt-right is because being a libertarian is more right-leaning. And that's sort of what this would be. I would almost like want to label it libertarian anarchism. Because it's like the only government structures in place would be like some form of a council or a Congress that would basically make decisions. And then you have the military chain of command. And then you have but nothing would be utilized against people or corporations or organizations unless it absolutely needed to be. Like, you've got like a company that's selling some shit that, automatically is going to kill people. It's not like they're selling heroin. So like, it's not some shit where you're buying into it knowing it could kill you. It's not some shit where it's like, just, you know what I'm saying, it's drugs. It's some shit like, say, for example, like product recalls. Like, the pink sauce is a good example. Like, all that type of shit is the only shit the government would interfere with for, like, corporations. Shit, right? Like, in terms of individual citizens, like, you could be out doing whatever, selling drugs, whatever the fuck. They're not gonna fuck with you. The moment you start killing and kidnapping people and, like, all type of shit, and it would even probably with that be to a mass level. Like, you would have to attract crazy attention for it to happen and shit. Like, and have like more so before that point, have just your community taking care of shit in terms of how the police would. But like I said, the whole thing is just, we need to get somewhere where people aren't so fucking sensitive to every fucking thing, because that's how fascism comes, Antifa. I'm just letting you know. If people are convinced that all type of shit is fascism that isn't, and people are convinced that you know what I'm saying, they should get an easy A for whatever, good times create hard what the fuck was the word? Good times create weak men. You feel what I'm saying? You're just trying to make everything a good time. That's at base value what this type of mentality of oh, they're disabled, whatever the fuck, like, or they even probably faking being disabled more so. Not if they disabled. If they disabled, it's different. But I'm saying to the point where people who are probably faking disabled, you're like, oh, don't pick on them. You're a trash person. I'm like, first off, I don't drive a garbage truck. You know what I'm saying? I don't be wearing a fucking safety vest. Second off, like, you know what I'm saying? If that person's doing what it looks like they're doing, they're taking all the fucking Social Security money from people who really need it. Who's really the trash person? So that's the thing. Like, we need to be on some, like we need to be back on the way shit was. Go back to 2004. We're going back to 2004. You feel me? And that's all I gotta say on this shit. I really had to come back and do something more in-depth and broad-based, because listen, the way when that person commented that, I said, but bro, 15 people up like this shit. Only you and one other person commented, and the other person was even like not even saying that I'm lying. Like, they just thought it was funny. They're like, well, bro, they could have an app or something. I'm like, yeah, I know that. I said, but y'all, and I didn't get mad because like y'all didn't see the 10 seconds before what y'all saw. If y'all saw that, no one would say shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I just had to like really say all this, and then I thought about the type of political movement I'm trying to create to like sort of go against what's alt-right, but at the same time being libertarian anarchism, and or libertarian social anarchism at the very least. And you know, I thought I just had to tie it all together, you know, because a lot of problems, they're all rooted in the same shit. And I think the only way to get them problems to go away is make a different shit. That was a bit, by the way. I'm allowed to do that. I'm out.